Hi, thank you for checking out this video. My name is Sam, I'm a voice actor and I've been producing voiceovers from my home studio setup for the past 2 years. And everything that I'm gonna say here, all the opinions, are based on the past 2 years of experience in handling various equipment in the context of voiceover audio only, because some of these opinions may be completely irrelevant or wrong for some other applications. Now let's go into the topic of this video, which is the Behringer XM8500 dynamic microphone. The XM8500 here is connected to my Audient IT4 Mark II audio interface, and the gain is set at almost the maximum, which is understandable considering this is a gain-hungry, low-sensitive dynamic microphone. Now this is the recommended way to use it, connecting it to an audio interface which can provide enough gain to drive this kind of a low sensitive microphone using an XLR cable and the audio interface then connected to my PC. I will provide some technical details on screen if you are interested in that sort of stuff to check it out. I don't own this particular mic. I borrowed it from a friend because my Sennheiser MKE 600, which is the mic I use usually, I had to go in for repair. So thank you, Vibble, for lending me this microphone. Now, why I decided to review this mic was because when I started using it, I was pleasantly surprised to hear the tonal quality of this microphone, which I thought was at par with my 7 times more costly Sennheiser MKE 600. Okay, let's compare the MKE 600. So I placed my MKE 600 Sennheiser in a similar kind of a way I was placing my Behringer XM8500. I will try to level match it as much as I can so that it is an easy comparison. I hope you get an idea of the tonal quality also of, comparing both these microphones. The Sennheiser MKE 600 is around 21,000. That is what it cost me in Indian rupees. And this one right now comes for around 3,000 rupees on Amazon. It also comes with a box, a carry box for 3,000 bucks. That's pretty nice. Coming to the sound quality, it has a well-rounded tone to it with a good amount of low end and also not so shrill but smooth top end. The pros of this mic for voiceover purpose includes its narrow pickup pattern. I would also recommend using this microphone in close proximity so that you can get a good signal from this mic and hence a good signal to noise ratio and reduce the noise floor of your audio recording as low as possible. Using the mic this way will also help you to bring down the levels of the background sounds that it might capture and reverb if any. I would also recommend using it at an angle from your mouth. Right now I've kept it like this for the camera, but when I'm using it for voiceover, I would probably do something like this, like a 45-degree angle from my mouth, and also not crossing the axis of this microphone, which is this. I tend not to cross it because otherwise it will sound muffled if the source is not directly in front of that pickup pattern that it has. So always move a little bit behind the microphone and don't speak directly into the microphone to avoid plosives in P's and B's and stuff like that. The sibilants or the S sounds on this mic are smooth, which is also a pro. The cons would be the high gain required to drive it due to its low sensitivity and hence the probable noise from the preamp which will come across. A condenser microphone doesn't induce this problem as it requires much less gain from the preamp to get a good signal level, but may have a self-noise problem induced due to the much complex circuitry involved compared to the dynamic mic. Now I will be silent for a moment so as to demonstrate the noise, and also I will boost the audio by 10 dB or so that you can hear what kind of noise flow this kind of a microphone will have. There is a lot of information out there on what kind of mic you should get for yourself, and most of it points to a large diaphragm condenser microphone, and I wanted to compete that opinion because I believe this one, a dynamic mic especially, would be a better choice when you are starting out in a totally untreated, not very ideal kind of an environment where you're recording. Now, it's debatable whether dynamic mic is more efficient in rejecting background noises or reverb than a condenser mic. Some of the condenser microphones do have very narrow pickup pattern and very good room rejection. But in my experience, I've noticed another interesting explanation in favor of using a dynamic mic instead of a condenser mic in an untreated, non-ideal environment. Now, the ability of the dynamic mic to capture quieter signals gets reduced due to its low sensitivity, and also since those sounds below a certain level drowns in the preamp noise, which like I said before, will be induced due to its low sensitivity to bring that signal up. Compared to a silent condenser microphone, for example, like a Rode NT1, the XM8500 cannot capture very low level sounds because of the inherent noise drowning the low level sounds. The preamp noise or hiss, like you heard while using the XM8500, can be removed easily using a simple noise reduction plugin like one of those found in the DAW Audacity, which you might be familiar with. Easier for a noise reduction plugin to work on and remove compared to the broadband background sounds, which are more difficult to remove without affecting your voice captured alongside with it or inducing artifacts into that recording. Now, to overstress my point, a condenser microphone captures your voice plus all the feeble background sounds present in your environment when you're using it in an untreated, non-soundproof room, and you cannot separate that voice that you captured or the dialogue that you captured and the background sounds in this case. Whereas a dynamic microphone, because of its low sensitivity, incapable of capturing these feeble sounds, captures your voice plus this preamp hiss together, which is comparatively easier to separate and remove from your voice and to produce a cleaner recording using a noise reduction plugin. When you're trying to figure out whether I should use a condenser, large diaphragm condenser, or a dynamic microphone, and my recommendation because of this factor is to go for a dynamic microphone. And if you're going to choose a dynamic microphone, I cannot recommend this one enough. I've also used a Shure SM48 and I find the tonal quality of this one more suited for my voice, giving a well-rounded low end and a smooth high end, whereas the Shure SM48 is like a little bit shrill in the high end and not capturing that well-rounded low end of my voice. So coming back to the XM8500, in my experience, the audio quality from this microphone is pretty high, and hence it can cover most of your voiceover applications at par with higher end mics like my Rode NT1 or MKE 600. And let's be honest, when we are starting out, the kind of voiceover audio that you would be producing will be mostly for laptop speakers and your mobile phone speakers or your normal headphones. It is indistinguishable when you have produced that audio using any of these mics, and I can easily recommend to go for this mic if you're on a budget and if you want to get all the benefits of a dynamic microphone like I have tried to explain to you. I can personally vouch for this because I have experience in using all of these mics. I would highly recommend this microphone for a beginner over a large diaphragm condenser mic due to its low cost, tonal quality, background noise, reverb rejection. If you were planning or confused between a condenser microphone and dynamic microphone, I hope I could impart some kind of knowledge for you to decide better. Hope you found this video informative and useful. Thank you again for watching. Take care.